Hey everybody, Matthew Moore's Wood Studio. Today is Tuesday, January 5th, which means it's time for another weekly shop update. So what's been going on in the shop this week? Well, a lot. So much so that I wanted to film the update today so that I'd have lots of cool stuff for you guys next week. So next week I plan on, for the next week update, I plan on having this base finished. I mixed up the 1 pound cut of shellac I'm going to use on the base, and I gotta wait till tomorrow or the day after, depending on my schedule tomorrow, to get finished on this guy. So I'm really looking forward to that. Because that means that I can take this when it's got the shellac and the Liberon wax on it into the house, set it aside, and I'll reclaim all the space on my assembly table so I can start gluing up and, well, prepping for glue up and milling, all that fun stuff, the tabletop, and getting that glued up here. So I need the space back. I had a really cool thing happen this week, and some of you may have already got this into your email inbox, which was my article or blog post, however you want to call it, on popularwoodworking.com's website got emailed out to everybody, and that was a modern take, I think, on a classic green and green detail. So I wrote an article for them showing you or describing how to make the router template jig, and talking about the carving of the recessed carving above the cloud lift pattern in the aprons on all the furniture in the living room in the Gamble house. I could be wrong. It's either 150 or 175,000 people. Plus everybody who goes to Popular Woodworking's website may have seen it as well. So that was a really cool thing to know that that many people hopefully got a tip from me that can help them in their project as well. And as you guys know, I have a class running starting January 11th with Popular Woodworking University, and that's for my little side table, a Gamble House inspired side table. So I'll have a link to that class in the description. Right here is the preview video you can watch on YouTube for that. If you're on Facebook, I'll have a link to that preview video in the description. And feel free to head on over to Popular Woodworking's website and sign up for that class. It's going to be a lot of fun. So that's pretty much it for this week. I'm really looking forward to, as I said, getting finished on these guys. Oh, wait a minute. How can I forget this? So this week I released a video on Monday about how I installed, well, how I made. So here's the jig that I made, and there's some ebony that fell down, and here's one of the ebony bars, one of the extras, using this jig and a white side fingernail bit. So I'm gonna have a link right here in the card so you can jump over to that video and watch how to build this jig, and then take 5/4 inch square ebony stock and turn it into inlaid ebony bars into your handles or whatever you're doing on your project, beautifully and precisely. So hopefully you guys have watched that already. If you haven't, use the link over here or in the description to go ahead and watch that video. This is one of 2 jigs that we'll be making in this class. Here's the second jig to do pretty much the exact same thing except at a different thickness, and then adding a bit of dimension to it with this round over here. So this is going to be for later in the project, but this is the jig that was in that video. And that pretty much was what I did for most of the week, which was making the jig, making the ebony bars, sanding them, polishing them, and getting them installed inside of the handles. And I think they just look fantastic. Now, by the way, this view of the table is the opposite direction of what you guys have normally been seeing, and that's because I pulled out all the dents and scratches on the table today. First of all, to pull out dents, I use water, a cloth, and an iron. So I put water on the cloth, and then at the iron, I use that to create steam, and that pulls the fibers up. And then from there, a little bit of sanding, and you pull dents out that aren't too deep right away. And then I just went over and I made sure that all the surfaces were nicely smoothed out. If there weren't, I take a little bit of sandpaper and just hit those surfaces again. That means, as I said before, this guy's ready for finish. So that, I think, concludes everything that happened in the shop this week. So as always, please subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and if you like this video, hit that thumbs up button. If you're watching this on Facebook, hit the like button, share this on your timeline, and jump over to the Wood Studio page on Facebook and like the page. And of course, head over to mmwoodstudio.com to check out all of our great classes. And as always, have a great week in the shop.